You told everyone you were fine. You said it at work. You said it at church. You said it to your mother on the phone. You said it with a smile that you practiced in the mirror until it looked convincing, but the smile had a weight to it, a fraction of a second too long before it reached your eyes. Nobody noticed, or maybe they did, and they didn't know what to do with it, so they took the answer you gave them. Everyone takes the answer you give them, because the truth is too heavy to hand to someone in passing. You cannot say to the cashier at the grocery store, "I feel like I'm disappearing." You cannot answer the question, "How are you?" with the truth. The truth takes too long. The truth requires someone to stop. And most people are not stopping, so you became fluent in the language of fine. You learned that "I'm okay" ends conversations. You learned that just tired is acceptable. You learned that if you say it with enough conviction, people will believe it. And eventually, you almost believed it yourself. Almost. Because the thing about masks is, you still know your own face underneath. You still know what you look like when no one is watching. You still know the sound of your own voice at 3 in the morning, when the phone is face down, when the lights are off, when the room is so quiet you can hear your own heartbeat, and you can't outrun it anymore. Because when the door closed and the room got quiet, you sat on the edge of the bed, not laying down, not comfortable, perched, like someone waiting for a train that may or may not come, elbows on knees, hands together, head down, or maybe head back, staring at the ceiling, counting the cracks like they might spell out an answer. And you whispered something no one else heard. "God, did I miss what you wanted from me?" Because it feels like everyone else got their answer. They got the promotion, they got the marriage, they got the calling, they got the clarity, they got the thing you've been praying for since you were 22 years old and full of fire. And you are still here, still waiting, still wondering if the door closed because you missed the knock. And the silence that follows that question, that is the hardest silence of all. Because you are not asking for a sign in the sky. You are not asking for burning bushes or parted seas. You are asking for something smaller, a nudge, a whisper, a door that opens just enough to show you the next step. And instead, you get silence. Not the peaceful kind, the heavy kind, the kind that sits on your chest at 4 in the morning and makes you question everything, your decisions, your worth, your direction, whether you heard God wrong, whether He spoke at all, whether you have been running on fumes and calling it faith. And somewhere in that silence a darker question creeps in. What if I've been left behind? You would never say it out loud. You would never admit it to anyone. But there it is, curled up in the corner of your mind like an animal you don't want to name. The fear that everyone else is moving forward and you are standing still. That the story is happening to other people. That you are not the main character. You are the background, the extra, the one the camera never finds. And that thought, that single, quiet, dangerous thought, is where most people stop. They let it settle in. They let it make a home. They let it become the background noise of their entire existence. And they spend the rest of their lives living as if that thought were true. But what if it isn't? What if the silence is not what you think it is? Because waiting is not the same as being forgotten. You have confused stillness with abandonment. You have mistaken silence for rejection. You have looked at a closed door and assumed it meant you were on the wrong side of it. But not every closed door is a rejection. Some doors close because what is happening on the other side is not ready for you yet. Some doors close because you are being protected from a room you were never meant to enter. And some doors close because God is doing something in the room you are already in. And if the door were open, you would leave too soon. A seed buried in dark soil is not abandoned. It's being positioned. Nobody plants a seed and then checks on it every 10 minutes. Nobody digs it up to see if it's growing. The farmer understands something that you have forgotten. The dark is not the enemy of the seed. The dark is where the seed becomes what it was always meant to be. You do not see the roots forming. You do not see the shell cracking. You do not see the first tendril reaching downward, anchoring itself in soil it cannot see. All of this happens in the dark. All of this happens in the silence. All of this happens while the farmer sleeps. And one day when the time is right, the soil breaks, and something green pushes through, and what was hidden becomes visible, and what was underground becomes undeniable. But you cannot have the breaking through without the burial. You want the harvest without the hiding. You want the fruit without the roots. You want the testimony without the test. You want the resurrection without the crucifixion. You want the crown without the cross. And God is saying, I love you too much to let you skip the soil. The silence you are sitting in right now, that is not absence, that is preparation. When a craftsman sharpens a blade, the room goes quiet. The grinding stone does not make noise like a hammer. It is a whisper, a slow, deliberate friction, metal against stone, over and over, and to someone watching from outside the workshop it might look like nothing is happening. The blade is not longer. The blade is not shinier. The blade is not being used for anything. It is just there, pressed against a spinning wheel. And the sound is not dramatic enough for a movie. But the craftsman knows. Every pass of the stone is removing what does not belong. Every pass is revealing the edge that was always meant to be there. And when the work is finished, when the silence is broken, that blade will cut through things that dull blades cannot touch. You are in the sharpening season. God is not ignoring you. He is refining you. He is removing dullness. He is stripping away confidence in things that cannot hold you. He is teaching you to trust the process even when the process is quiet, even when the process is painful, even when the process makes no sense from the outside. This is not punishment. This is preparation. If God gave you what you are asking for right now, the platform, the influence, the opportunity, would you be ready to carry it, or would it break you? Would the weight of it crush you because your roots are too shallow? Would the visibility destroy you because your identity is still tied to being seen? He loves you too much to promote you into a place that will destroy you. So he waits. He works in the dark. He does things in you that you cannot feel, changes in you ways you cannot measure, builds a foundation that will hold a weight you cannot yet imagine. And one day, you will understand. One day you will look back at this season, this silent, frustrating, seemingly empty season, and you will see what was happening beneath the surface. You will see the roots. You will see the sharpening. You will see the preparation that made the promotion possible, but you have to stay in the soil long enough for the work to finish. One day you will look back at this season and realize God was not quiet. He was planting something that needed the dark to grow. He was not absent. He was closest when he felt furthest. He was not punishing you. He was positioning you. He was not ignoring your prayers. He was answering them in a language you had not yet learned to speak. The thing you thought was silence was actually the sound of a gardener working in soil too deep for you to see. The closed doors were not rejection, they were redirection. The waiting was not wasted. It was the only thing that could make you ready for what is coming. And when you stand in the place he has been preparing, when you look out at the harvest you did not plant but get to reap, when you hold the thing you almost gave up believing for, you will realize that the dark season was not a detour. It was the path. It was the only path. It was the path that made the destination possible. The dark was part of the plan. Dead ducks don't flutter. And you have been fluttering this whole time. The struggle itself is proof of life. The war inside you is evidence that God is still working. The ache is the sign that you have not given up. The tears are the sign that you still care. The frustration is the sign that you still believe there is something worth fighting for. So stop asking what if. Stop measuring your life against people whose soil you cannot see. Stop interpreting silence as rejection. Stop trying to rush a process that is happening at the exact speed it needs to happen. The room did not get quiet because God left. The room got quiet because something holy was about to happen, and holy things do not announce themselves with trumpets. They begin in the dark, in the dirt, in the silence, in the still. And one day soon, the soil will break, and what was hidden will rise, and everyone who saw you in the waiting will see you in the harvest, and they will say, "Look what grew in the dark."